All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Anothatantrum Inferno. Back at it with another throwback tunes on another Thursday, and we are dealing with another the Brat album. This one is called Anothatantrum. All one word, Anuthatantrum. Anothatantrum. Yes, that is exactly what it's called. Joint came out October 29th, 1996. And it was recorded from 1995 to 1996 on the Soul Death, obviously, Columbia Records, and Sony Music. And the producer involved here was Jermaine, Dupri, aka JD. Again, obviously. So this is actually the Brat's second album, and this joint made it on the charts. It was 20th on the Billboard 200 and number 5 on the top R&B/hip-hop album charts, and it was certified gold by the RIAA. There you go with that. So now let's take a look at the tracks. There's only 11 tracks, one skit, meaning I either, actually not take the back, 2 skits, so I can only give you guys the top 3, not the top 5. So there you go with that. Let's move on with the tracks. The first track is, this one is weird because obviously the name of this track is the same name as the album, Anothatantrum. And this one features Jermaine, Dupri, and then like how they got these listings is weird. It's like everybody, it's weird. They mentioned the Brat, Jermaine, Dupri, and Sting. I don't know why they mentioned Jermaine, Dupri, and Sting. Maybe Jermaine, Sting did the guitar work there, but it's weird. It's not like he sung anything, but this is an actual song. But the problem is, it's only 1 minute and 10 seconds long. So I felt like it was too short for it to be an actual track. So I'm gonna say that it is actual song rather. So I'm gonna say that this is the skit. The next track off this album is called My Beliefs. And this one involves Prince. So again, I don't recall him actually having a part. So there you go with that. Next up is Sitting on Top of the World, one of the 2 singles off of this album. And this one features, well not features, this one involved rather with James. Again, I don't recall him performing anything in this song, but yeah. Then we got Let's All Get High. Now this one features Crazy Bone, but it also mentions Rogers Troutman. So that's interesting. Then we got Red Side Interlude, which is the second skit off this album. Then we got Just a Little Bit More, and they mentioned A. Innocent, not R. Innocent, but A. Innocent, I have no clue who that is. And Isaac Hayes from the Isley Brothers. So again, I don't recall him or Innocent performing in the song, but yeah, there you go with that. Then we got Keeping It Live, keeping without the G, but with the apostrophe, Keeping It Live. And then we got Ghetto Love, which is actually another single off this album. That one features T-Boz or Tione T-Boz Watkins from TLC. And this one also mentions Chuck D, L. DeBarge, Hank Shock Lee, and B. Wright as well. So that's weird as well. Then we got Lyrical Molestation, which features a lot of people. Mentions a lot of people. So we got Ian Carr, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Puffy, aka Diddy, you get the point. Hubert Magnuson, Nasheem Merrick, Christopher Wallace, aka the Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie, and Ali Boubel. And again, I don't recall any of them dropping any bars on this track. Then we got Live It Up, with mentions Chris Stein and Yale. How do you pronounce that? Which is weird because apparently that is a local government area in Oyo State, Nigeria. So I don't know who mentioned these people and places. Is weird. Then the last track off this album is Make It Happen, which mentions David Snell. So there you go with that. Now let's get on with the singles. So again, there's only 2 singles off this album. First single is called Sitting on Top of the World. This joint came out September 24th, 1996. It was recorded in 1996 as well. And yes, there is a music video for this as well, and it is available on YouTube. And it premiered on BET, MTV, and VH1 in 1996. So I'm assuming September 24th. And it did make the charts. It was 30th on the Billboard Hot 100, 18th on the Hot R&B/hip-hop singles and tracks, number 2 on the Billboard Hot Rap Singles charts, and 7th on the Billboard Hot Dance Music /Maxi Single Sales as well. And there's no other background info on this one, aside from the fact that Jermaine Dupri used a sample of Mary Jane in this joint. And the song became her 4th consecutive top 40 hit in the United States. So there you go with that. And also, this is more interesting news. After 2 months, about 2 months rather, after its release, this track reached gold status for sales of 500,000 copies on November 20th, her 3rd single to do so. So this was a pretty good single, if I do say so myself. Then we got Ghetto Love. So this is our second final single off this album, which came out March 1st, 1997. And it was recorded in 1996. And yes, there's a music video for this as well. So, and it did make the charts. It was 16th on the US Billboard Hot 100, 11th on the Billboard Hot R&B / Hip Hop Singles and Tracks, 4th on the Billboard Hot Rap Singles charts, and 17th on the Billboard Hot Dance Music / Backseat Single Sales chart. And it features a chorus song by, this is the one that features T-Bows from TLC, and used a sample of the Barge 1983 hit All This Love. And it was also co-produced by Carl Solo, which is interesting, since he wasn't mentioned at all anywhere. But yeah, and this single was also certified gold as well, and it was certified gold on April 2nd, 1997. And not much info went with this. Again, there was a music video for this track as well. Alright, so I'm about to give you guys my favorite tracks off this album from worst to first. So even though I consider this more of a skit, Anothatantrum, the track that is, it's really cool. It's really cool track, a really cool beat. Again, it was just too short to be a song. I wish it was an actual song. It would have been high on this list. Alright, aside from that, Live It Up, or Live It Up, however you want to pronounce it, I'm going to go with Live It Up, is the worst song of this album by comparison. The tempo is cool, same with the melody, the 808s are cool, and the snare is cool. Overall, the track is cool. Next up is Ghetto Love, semi-mellow track right here. The tempo is borderline cool / really cool. The melody is cool, same with the bass. The kick was just straight though, but the snare was cool. Overall, the track is cool. Then we got My Beliefs, another semi-mellow joint right here. The tempo is cool, same with the melody and the bass. The kick was really cool though. The snare was really cool. Despite that, the track was just cool. So the drum really made this track right here. Then we got Keeping It Live, semi-smooth joint right here. The tempo is cool. The lack of a melody hurts this one. The bass is really cool, but needs more of it. The kick is cool. The snare is really cool. Overall, the track is cool. It could have been better if there was a bit of a melody involved and we got more of that bass. Then it probably could have made my top 3. Despite that, it still made my top 5 and 5. Fourth best track off this album, Sitting on Top of the World. The tempo is cool, same with the melody, and the bass. The kick is really cool. The snare was cool. Overall, the track is just cool right here. Alright, third best track off this album, and I really wanted this to be higher on the list, and this Lyrical Molestation. This probably got the best melody out of everything on this album, without question. This is a smooth track. The tempo is cool. The melody is really cool, despite the fact it was a bit lackluster. I'm still saying the best melody in the entire album. The bass is really cool. The kick is borderline cool / really cool. The snare is really cool. Overall, the track is really cool. If the kick was better, and if the tempo was slightly better, this would have been number 1 without question. This had some potential. This was a really dope track. Second best track off this album, Let's All Get High. This is a semi-smooth joint right here. The tempo is cool. The melody is really cool. Same with the bass and the kick and the snare. Overall, the track is really cool. Number 1 track off this album, Make It Happen. This joint is smooth as heck. The melody is really smooth. The bass is really cool. Not cool. The melody is really cool, right? The bass is really cool. Same with the kick. The snare is excellent. Overall, this track is really cool. So Make It Happen, the best track off this album, followed by Let's All Get High, and then Lyrical Molestation. Those, in my opinion, are like the only 3 tracks, and Sitting on Top of the World, really the only 4 tracks you should really listen to off this album. So let me give you guys the professional ratings real quick. So AllMusic gave it 4 out of 5 stars. The Chicago Tribune gave it 2 out of 4 stars. Entertainment Weekly gave it a C. The Rolling Stones Album Guide gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars. And the Source gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So what do I think about this album? Okay, if there was more tracks on this album, I would easily say this would be and then they were smooth, like top 3 that in the name, or they were just as good as the top 4 as the name, or it was consistent, like every track on this album. And if that Aneurysm track was an actual song and not a skit, in my opinion, this would easily be a 4.5 out of 5. But the lack of a song hurt this album. And that first track, it felt like a skit rather than a song. I'm gonna have to give this album a 3.75 out of 5. I recommend you download it and you keep it. If you don't want to download the entire album, then again, those top 4 tracks are definite downloads. You should definitely download those 4 tracks. Make It Happen, Let's All Get High, Lyrical Molestation, and Sitting on Top of the World. Those 4 tracks are really, really cool. I highly suggest you check those out. So again, 3.75 out of 5 stars. Download it and keep it. And I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, aka the New Stephen A. Smith. Saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.